Well, welcome to Google Apps for Education. I'm Jane Hoover, Tech Integrator for Brevard Schools. Today we're hoping to cover a little bit of an overview of Google Apps, or it's also called Google Docs. We'll discuss the differences between Chrome and Internet Explorer. We'll talk about the login procedures in the different domains that Brevard has, the Share and Learn domain. Talk about the difference between teachers and students. We will create a new document. We'll learn how to delete it. We'll learn how to share documents in different situations. So, Google Apps for Education is a partnership between Brevard Schools and Google. And included for teachers and students is sites. You can create websites, docs, which are documents, spreadsheets, forms, and presentations, similar to Microsoft's products. We can create drawings, search, calendar, and then students have Gmail. Teachers do not. So what is Google Docs? Well, you can create, as I said earlier, spreadsheets that would be very similar to Excel, presentations, which are like PowerPoints, forms, which can be online surveys or quizzes or tests, documents, which would be like Word, and drawings, and it also is online storage. Two things you need to use Google Docs is a Google Docs account, which all teachers and students in Brevard County have, and of course, internet access. You can safely store your work in the cloud. That's one of the major advantages of Google, is that your work is not stored on your local machine. It's stored in the cloud. So you can access it from anywhere. You can be at school, at home, in a library, any place, and you can access your documents and your files because they're stored up in the cloud. When you get into Google Docs, you'll see very familiar editing tools that you're used to seeing in Word and similar programs. You can share instantly. It's another thing besides your documents being available wherever you are, you can share them and collaborate with others. So teachers could share documents with students, students could share documents with each other. And you get to choose who can view your documents. You get to choose whether they can just view them or whether they can edit them and view them. So you're sharing and collaborating instantly and in real time. 200 users can edit the same document. 50 users can edit a document, a spreadsheet, or a drawing at the exact same time. And 10 users can edit a presentation at the same time. You can create folders, can help organize things, kind of like your file system on your computer. You can even share your folders publicly. So the login procedures for Google Docs are here. We're going to go, and I'm going to demonstrate this in a little bit. Then when I'm finished demonstrating, I'm going to bring this screen back up, and you can look at it and give it a try yourself. But we're going to log in. We're going to go to the teacher portal. We're going to click on Google Apps for Education, and then we're going to talk about some different things. We're going to discuss some differences at home. We're going to discuss creating documents, deleting them, and sharing them. Any questions or answers at this point? Okay, we'll just move on. Let's get started. Okay, I'm going to share my desktop right now and kind of demonstrate what we're doing. And then, like I said, I will review it again and give you all a chance to try it yourself. Okay, so you're seeing my desktop now, and I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to open up Chrome. And again, we talked about the differences between Chrome and Internet Explorer. Well, obviously, Chrome is a Google product, so Google Docs works much better in Chrome. You can use it in Internet Explorer. There are a few things that don't work. So right now I'm in Chrome and I've gone to the county website, to the Brevard School Board website, www.brevardschools.org. And I am going to click on the teacher portal. If I was a student, I would click on the student portal. Come on, click like you mean it, Jane. Okay, and then down here you see a link for Google Apps for Education. I'm going to click on that. And now we have two domains to log into. We have a share domain and we have a learn domain. Now the share domain is for all secondary students and for all staff members. The learn domain is only for elementary students, and teachers that want to share things with their students would do their work in the learn domain. And the reason for the different domains is we kind of are keeping the elementary students in what we call a walled garden. In other words, they can't communicate with anybody else outside of the elementary domain, whereas the high school students and the teachers use the share domain. You can communicate and share things with anyone in the world. On this sheet here, when you come to this, there's also the parent permission slips that you would need. If your students are going to use this and they've never used it before, there is a permission slip that needs to be signed and some work that has to be entered into AS400. We do have that information on our website. Also directions for the student login and directions for teacher login, and then these are just some links to some basics. So right now, for today's purpose, we're going to go to the share domain. So I'm going to click on this, and right now I am not at work, I am at home. So it is popping up a login. If you're at work and you're logged onto your machine, this box will not pop up. It'll just automatically take you to what we'll see in a minute. So I'm going to log in just like I log into my computer every day. And again, at school, it would just come right to this page. Now, if you've never used it before, there may be a few little things that you'll have to click through. You'll notice on mine, if it comes up here in a minute, come on. I have lots of documents in my files. If you've never used it, you will see nothing over here. But what we're going to do to create something is we're going to click on the Create button. And you have a choice of several things that you can create. Come on, a little slow tonight. Okay, you can create a folder, which is just a way to organize things. You can create a document, a presentation, a spreadsheet, a form, or drawing. We even have some charting software that's connected with Google Docs right now. So for tonight, we're just going to create a document. So when we click on Document, it's going to pop up here in a minute, I promise you. Okay, a blank document. So I could start typing. This is so cool. And you'll notice we have all of our, here we come, all of our normal little tools up here that we would have in Word. We can bold, change the font size, the text style, etc. Right up here is the title of our document. By default, everything is called Untitled. That's one of the first things you want to get in the habit of doing. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to give this a title. And I'm just going to call this Sample Google Doc. So now you'll notice that it has a title. Again, if you wanted to change the name, you click on that box and it would pop up the choice where you can change it. You'll notice that as I type it, I'm just going to type some letters here so that you can see right here it says all changes are saved. If I start typing, notice immediately it is saving, and then all changes are saved. So that's one of the cool things about Google Docs is you don't have to forget, and you don't have to remember to save constantly. It does it automatically for you. I'm going to now show you how you would share this document. So right now, when I hover over the share button, it says it's private only to me. So I'm going to click on the share button. Okay, and I'm going to start to type somebody that I want to share this with. So let's say that I wanted to share this with Tam. I would start typing her last name, and there she is, and it says she can edit it. Now I can choose to just allow her to view it or comment, but if I want her to be able to work on it with me, I would leave it with edit. And then this is whether I want to send her an email to be notified. And many times you don't want that. You don't want to clutter up your box. But if somebody needs to know if you've shared it, and then I would just click on Share and Save. And it's telling me I skipped sending an email. Well, I know I did. That's fine. So right now, this is shared with 2 people. So I could continue typing on this. Right now, if Tam was in this meeting with us, she could be typing on it, and you would right now be able to see her typing coming across the screen. And I think I probably would want to do this recording over again and actually demonstrate that, because I think that's the power of Google Docs, is that you can see that somebody else is editing. You can also go under File to something called See Revision History, and you can see whoever has worked on this document and what time, and things can be restored. So it's kind of a neat feature. Okay, so we've created a document. We shared it. Now let's say we want to get back to our list of documents. To get back, if the tab is still open up on the top, you can simply go to that tab. But if you close the tab by accident, if you just hover next to the name, Sample Google Doc, there's a little back arrow. And if I click on that little back arrow, it takes me back to my list. So now I could just click on that document and it would open up my document again. I can create something new by clicking on the Create button. So again, I clicked on Create, I selected Document, I gave it a title, and then I started typing. I didn't want to open that again, but you also can upload files. So if you have something that's already done, you can upload it, a Word document or a PowerPoint presentation, and you can convert it to a Google Doc, which would be a doc or a presentation, and then that's something that can be worked on collaboratively or edited collaboratively, and it's in the cloud. So anytime a change is made, it's that one file that sits up in the cloud, and that's what's neat. So often we are sending attachments to people in email, and every time we make changes, we send another attachment, and you never know which is your newest file. Well, the beauty of Google Docs is your files are all stored up in the cloud on one of Google's servers, and they're there available, and as changes are made, you're just making changes to that one file. And again, you always have the revision history to go back. Okay, so I am going to go back to my link session with you, and I am going to stop sharing my desktop. So screen sharing, I want to, come on. come back to the PowerPoint like I said I would. Okay, so what I would like you to do is to log into Google Docs by going to www.brevardschools.org. Click on the teacher portal, then Google Apps for Education. And again, probably for these purposes, unless you're creating something you want to share with your elementary students, you would use the Learn domain. But right now, just for a little sample, I'd like you to click on the Share domain, create something, and share it with me. And leave it checked, notify me by email so that I know that you've shared something with me and we can see if you did it right. Now, I'll always get back to you if you do that. In the document somewhere, tell me, though, that you watched this little video and you wanted to share something with me. Oh, we didn't talk about deleting documents, so we probably need to do that. Okay, and we talked about sharing with other users. If you're in the share domain, you could type in somebody's email address and it would be shared with them. Let me just quickly show you how to delete a document. So let me go back here to my drive. And let's say this sample document that I created, if I click on it, it's as simple as there's my garbage can, and I'm just going to remove it. So that was actually pretty simple. Okay, well, that's it for tonight. I hope that we answered some questions that you had about how to get into Google Docs. And again, I probably right now would like to give you the address of our website. And I think what I'm going to do there is I'm going to type it right in the chat window here. So http://techtraining.brevardschools.org. And if you go there, there is a link for Google Apps, and you will find a lot of the same things that I just talked about, printouts, handouts, different things that can help you. And of course, if you have any questions, you can reach me. My name is Jane Hoover, again, and my email is hoover.jane@brevardschools.org. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy Google Docs as much as I do. Bye now.